Finding an estimate for the mean is what we're looking at in this video using grouped frequency. So what the way my videos work, I'm going to do the example on the left, which is I do. You are then going to press pause and have got the example on the right, which is you do. So we've been given some data here about 50 parcels, and we've been asked to find the modal class. Now the modal class, nice and easy. You look at the frequency and you look at the highest frequency. So the highest frequency is 20, which means the modal class is going to be 0 to 30 kg. So 0. Now with the median is the middle number, remember. Now to find the middle number, you can use a formula, n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, n is the total frequency. So we know in total there's 50 parcels, so we're going to substitute that in. So that's 50 plus 1 divided by 2. So that's 25.5. So that is telling me the median is at the 25th position. So if I go down the frequency table, I have 20 here. Here I have 20 plus 19, which is 49. And then if I go down, 39. And then if I go down, I have that plus 11, which is 50. Okay, so just to note here, what I've done is that's 20. This one is a result of adding these two together, and this one is a result of adding these two together. So we want 25.5. So it's not in here, because that only goes to 20, so we know it's in here. So the median interval is going to be that there. So to find the median interval, just as a recap, you use this formula. That tells you the position. Once you have the position, you just add the frequency. So the first one's 20, the next one you add the previous one to it, and the last one you add the previous two to it, and you keep doing that until you find it. So the answer here is 30 to 40 kg. And finally, find an estimate for the mean. So this one's the trickiest one. So to find an estimate for the mean, you draw an extra column on. This is the midpoint. So we want the midpoint of the weights. So we want the midpoint of the weights. Now, what's the midpoint of 0 and 30? Now, you might be quick to spot that. That is 50. What's the midpoint of 30 and 40? Now, what I recommend you do here, because sometimes the numbers can get trickier. So add these two together. So 30 plus 40 is equal to 70, and just half the 70, which is 35. Okay. Same with the next one. Add the two together. 50 plus 40 is 90. If you add them together, half that, that's 45. That's your midpoint. Okay, that's an easy way to find the midpoint. Add them both together and half them. Now, the last column is going to be the midpoint times frequency. So we're just going to do this times this times this, and this time. So for the first one, that's going to be 20 times 15, which is 300. Now for the next one, it's going to be 19 times 35, which is 665. And the last one, it's going to be 11 times 45, which is 495. And now we just total all of that up, which gives me 1460. So let me just highlight that. That is the total. That's what we're interested in. So we get 1460, and we're going to divide that by the number of parcels, which is 50. And that gives me 29.2 kg. So the mean is tricky. So just as a reminder, first you need to draw a column with the midpoint. Once you've got the midpoints, you're then going to do midpoint times frequency. Then you get the total, and you divide that by the number of parcels. So hopefully you've pressed pause and had a go at the example on the right. So I'm going to go through that now. So with the modal, it's quite straightforward. The highest frequency, so I can see the highest frequency is 11. So the modal interval is just going to be that there. That's 250. Cool. Now for the median, we're just going to use the formula n plus 1. Divide that by 2. So altogether, there's 11 plus 5 plus 4. So that's 20. Plus 1, divide that by 2, which means the modal mean, is at 10.5 position. So the first one has 4. The second one has 4 plus 11, which is 15. So we can already see we've gone beyond 10 here. So it's going to be 250, 350. And finally, it says calculate an estimate for the mean. So we're going to draw on an extra column. So this is going to be the midpoint. So the midpoint of 150 and 250. So add them two together. That's 400. Divide that by 2. That's 200. So all I've done here is I've added these two together. That gave me 400 and I halved it. Now with the next one, I'm going to add these two together and half it. And that becomes 300. And same with the last one. Add them two together and half it, which is 800. Divide that by 2, which is 400. And then I'm going to draw on my last column where I'm going to multiply the frequency by the midpoint, and that gives me 4 times 200, and then 11 times 300, and then 5 times 400, and that gives me a total of 6,100. That is that there, and then we have 6,100. Divide that by the number of people, which is 20, and that gives me 305 as my mean. So here's some practice questions. Press pause and have a go. Here are the answers. Mark your work. If you would like some more practice on this, I've got a full worksheet on this link down in the comments below on my website. And if you found this video useful, I've got loads of other content like this. Do check it out.